What's going on, everybody? Kevin Walsh from Ninja Holistic Health and Fitness. Check it out. I'm in Sedona, Arizona. I'm on a vacation here for a week. This place is beautiful. It actually took me about a half an hour to hike up here off the beaten path, and I figured I would do a little video because, as it turns out, there's actually 5 Mondays in April. Go figure. So last week's action plan is not the last one. This will be the last one on stretching and flexibility for the month, and I figured it would be kind of fun to do a video stretch along. So I'll do all of the stretches that I can remember off the top of my head from the other videos and just do them here with you, and that way you have a video that you can stretch kind of with me, you know, as like a guiding tool while you're doing your own, as just like a kind of a motivator or a accountability tool rather, and you get some awesome background scenery all the while. So first things first, what I'm going to do is go into child's pose. And remember, these are on the PDF that I gave you with all the stretches, so you can go to video 2 for this, and that PDF that has all the different stretches on it, this will be on there. So child's pose, you're sitting on your heels like so. You got your knees in front, spread a little bit out, and you're going to climb out with the hands, crawl out with them until you get nice and flat. And when you're in this position, just take a couple deep breaths, and that will allow the spine to lengthen. You get a nice stretch in the lower back and the lumbar spine, as well as in the lats and in the thoracic spine as well. Try to keep your butt seated on the heels. And we'll do one more of those. Okay, now moving on, we'll go from there to the upper traps. So what I'm going to do for this, standing in front of you, remember your hands are going to be right by the sides. So you could do this seated. I actually prefer to do this seated. As you can see, there are no Swiss balls up here on the mountain I'm on. So what you do is you take your hands and you put them right by the sides, and you're going to reach down to the ground and take that right ear to the right shoulder, and make sure that the left shoulder doesn't get hiked up while you do that. Exhaling while you're in the stretch, inhaling back up. And we're just doing about 5 to 7 seconds on each stretch here. So if you watched the video from last week, the action plan, 5 to 7 seconds for 3 to 4 reps. This is the 3rd rep right here. That's the protocol for moderate tightness. So I'm moderately tight. I'm not too tight up here at the moment. So just 3 stretches. Going to the other side now, so I'm going to the left. Inhaling in the midpoint, exhaling down into the stretch. Again, make sure that shoulder is not hiking on the other side. It's always helpful to have a mirror, by the way, in case you are not sure where you're positioned, and that'll give you a nice feedback tool. All right, that's 3. So next is the pec minor. So what I'm going to do is put my elbow here. I'm going to get kind of creative. And actually, this is a really good point here. Sometimes you don't have the tools available that you want ideally to do something. So I would like to have obviously a chair or the Swiss ball to do this stretch, but I don't have anything like that available. So what I'm going to do instead is put my feet in this crevice here, and I'm going to put my elbow right next to the shoulder. So this is the position I need to be in when I'm normally doing the stretch, right? Is like this. So I'm just finding a creative way to kind of get it done. And this is just like a good point to make, because sometimes, again, when you don't have the tools available, you think, oh, I can't get the stretch in. But if you're in a situation like, maybe, say you're at someone's house or your own house, and you want to get a pec stretch like this in, but you don't have a Swiss ball, just do it on a couch. You know, do it on anything that's elevated, and you'll get the same benefit. I mean, I'm up here in the middle of nowhere right now. I'm not even on a path. I went off the beaten path. There's no trails or anything, and I'm still able to get my stretch in, right? So remember, there's no excuses to make or reasons not to do something. You just have to sometimes think outside the box. Remember, we're on the other side now, so I'm on the right side, doing my 3 over here. Yeah, just think outside the box, and then you can come up with creative solutions. All right, that's that. So moving on, I'm gonna go and do my hip flexors up here. This is sweet, man. I feel like I'm at the king of the mountain. All right, so I'm gonna put the right leg forward. The left leg is behind, and the knee is right under the hip. And on the front leg, the ankle is right under the knee. So I'm gonna go ahead and rotate posteriorly my pelvis. So tilt your pelvis under. So you're gonna flatten the lower back, and then squeeze the glute of the back leg, and gently bring your body weight forward. Translate the body weight forward like this. And then you're gonna take this hand, for me it's the right hand, put it on the thigh and the knee, and this hand is going on the head, and I'm gonna tilt to the side, and now you get all this stretched out right over here. And this is such a great stretch because instead of just isolating one muscle, you're getting the hip flexors, you're getting your psoas, your adductors, but by putting the hand on the head like this and tilting laterally, now I'm getting my oblique on this side, I'm getting my serratus anterior, which is a rib muscle. I get a little bit of a lat stretch, I get all that stuff stretched all at the same time. And it's great because sometimes you don't have time to get everything in at once, and this is what's called a big bang stretch. So if you're in a bind, you're in a hurry, you don't have time to do all the stretches that I have outlined on that sheet, this is one that you want to do because you get so many muscles all in one stretch done at the same time. So we're going to go to the other side. I got the knee again above the ankle. Back knee is right above or below the hip. Tilting the pelvis posteriorly, squeezing the right glute now. Hand on the knee, other hand on the head. Exhaling. I'm going to do 3 on this side. Just tilting down. Allowing the body to go into the motion. A little deeper with every stretch. Feels good. All right. Now, I'm going to give you one bonus one actually that's not on that sheet. So this is called the 90-90 hip stretch. And this is really, really good for anybody who has low back pain or if you have tightness in the hip rotators, like the glute or the piriformis. So what you do is you take a seated position. I have my left leg in front of me. The knee is right in front of my hip. Okay, so my chest is lined up directly with the knee on the front. I'm gonna put my hand on the foot of that same side leg, and then the other hand is gonna go directly across from this knee onto the ground. Fingers pointed out. I'm getting tall, keeping my posture erect, and then leaning forward without getting rounded. Don't do this, because then you lose the stretch. You wanna keep your spine as extended as possible. Exhale. And you're gonna feel this going real deep right into the hip and the hip extensors underneath. So basically in the butt, you're gonna feel this in the butt. Now what you can do is also kind of deviate a little to the side. And if I go a little bit away from the knee toward the middle of the lower leg, I'm actually gonna get some stretch in the adductors, in the adductor magnus. So you get kind of the different fibers depending on where you place yourself. If I go outside, I'll get more of the glutes. All right, I'm gonna switch legs. Going on to the right side. Remember, same thing, knees in front of the chest, hand goes out. This hand goes on the foot. Exhaling. This scene is awesome. This scenery is so spectacular. I gotta move out here one day. And again, exploring different areas. You can go a little inside, get the adductor magnus, go outside, get more of the glute, the piriformis. All right, that's the third stretch right there. Done. All right, and that'll do it. That'll conclude. I think my battery's about to die on the phone anyway, so that'll do it for the week. And that's it for the stretching and the flexibility. So everything you need stretching and flexibility wise is in these last 4 videos and in the emails that I sent you. Please use the information because it is so valuable and it can change your life for the better. We all need to be more flexible, and there's no better tool to use than the one that I gave you. Just print that PDF with the sheet, fill in the stretches, the time that you need to put for each one, the reps, the duration, and get it done and do it. And one last thing that I just want to say, I'll stand up here so you can see me full ninja, shirtless. Remember 10 years ago, I was 210 pounds. There is no way I could have possibly hiked up this mountain to get up here. It took a lot of changes for me to get to the point where I'm at right now. But who would have thought that the guy who was the least healthy of everybody he knew would one day be the paragon of health of those same people? I could have never predicted it. So if this is possible for me, anything is possible for you. Focus on your dream, your health and fitness goal, and then attack it with everything that you've got. And then one day, you can look out in a place like this and think to yourself, hell yeah, that was totally worth it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next week. Stay healthy, stay fit, live an epic life, baby.